Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1447. Happy Friday. I forgot to let you know yesterday morning that I'm going to be a little late this morning to drop Ernie off at the groomer this morning. I was going to put in the title, and I put in the title, I was, live shortly after 8 a.m. Central. I was going to put live around 8:30, but I'm thinking, well, I'll leave here at like 7:40. I'll get there at 7:50. I'll be back by 8. So I'll make my coffee. Like, I'll probably be live at 8:05. Well, I get into my car and I realize, shit, I let my gas tank get down to 0 miles. So I'm like, all right, can I make it to the groomer on 0 miles? And it's only, 5 miles to the groomer. I did make it, and I made it to the gas station. So I'm like, yeah, I'll probably be back by 8:05. Well, so I go upstairs to get Ernie out of bed at like 7:35. And my wife's like, it's too early. And I'm like, she's like, it's only 5 or 10 minutes to the groomer. And I'm like, well, I'm going to take him out to go potty. So I take him out to go potty. And now, like, she's got like this wormhole. It's like, okay, I don't want to take him like too early where he's freaking out. I went in and out. Dogs don't like the groomers, at least my dogs. Biscuit hated the groomer. Ernie is not a fan either. So take him out. He pees. He takes his morning dump, which is good. Get his pee and poop out before his grooming appointment. Don't want him shitting on their floor. So, and then he's sniffing around. I'm like, yeah, we got time. We got plenty of time. So it's like, I don't know, 7:45. And we were probably outside 10 minutes. So 7:45. We drive, and here's your sign that I've been working in my basement too long. The morning traffic. Oh my God. Usually, like when I take Ernie to to doggy daycare, it's like 9:30. Between 9:30 and 10 is when I take Ernie to school. So of course, like the morning commute, like there's no traffic. I mean, there's traffic, but it's not like 7:30, 8 a.m. traffic. So I forget how much traffic there is in the morning, even here in little podunk Madison, Wisconsin. So I take him, and of course he is not wanting to go in and then talk to the groomer, blah blah blah. I'm like, shit, now I got to get gas. So, and I missed. It probably took me an extra 30 seconds to a minute just because I didn't pull in the right direction, so I had to go around the block. So traffic sucks in the morning. So here I am. So I ended up, what time was it that I hit live? 8:24. Could have been like 8:18, but I made my coffee. I drank a bottle of water on the way to the groomer. And here we are. Happy Friday. Did some catching up on shipping. I don't know how your eBay sales were yesterday. Mine were brutal. Now, and I understand part of the reason why my sales have sucked. I haven't really been listing much. And I did list a batch. I listed a batch of Jordans yesterday. Where's Zach at? Sorry, Zach. Not the one he wanted. Which it's in a box. It's in a box. I think it's in my eBay live box that I haven't organized yet. Jordans, and then I think, I started an Otani lot. And I don't know if Cardi the Pro was having issues. I know there was some issues maybe over the weekend. But I tried, I successfully uploaded the Jordans. I don't think they've populated in my eBay store yet, though, because it takes like 24 hours for Michael Jordan cards to get through the clearance or whatever on eBay's side. So then I had some Otanis. I'm like, I want to list some liquid players. The Jordans, I've priced at like all of them $5. And basically, I want to get those up. I don't know how eBay Live is going to work. I'll find out Monday, and I'll tell you. I'll give you a little insight into that. So, so I priced them a little high because I want to be semi-prepared but I'm not going to find out how the whole eBay Live listing process is going to work until I have a demo on Monday. Anyway, so the Otanis, all of a sudden I get like 4 or 5, and then it just Cardi the Pro stopped recognizing. And I'm like, well, maybe, and of course it was in like, it was this card. So it's like, okay, well, maybe it's ASG. Maybe I just typed the number in wrong or whatever of the alphanumerics. Wasn't finding it. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just type in what year was this? 2022. I'm like, I'll just type in 2022 tops. And of course, nothing found. I'm like, all right. So there was an issue with the database. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to worry about it. I hit refresh. And then it still did it. I'm like, all right, I've got other things. I'm not going to spend time pissing around with this. So, and then I ended up, I don't know, shipping or sorting. I don't know what I was doing, but, so did some of that. My eBay sales. So my eBay sales have absolutely sucked yesterday. What were like, I think I had done by noon yesterday. I think I did like $5 in sales. Let me tell you, I don't know. I don't think there's been a time since going full time, even prior to being full time, that I've only had $5 in sales by noon in a day. It was so bad that I had somebody, I have that refractor lot, the 1,000 refractors. And I had somebody the other night message me and they're like, hey, what's your best on this? And I think I had it listed for 350. I've sold 2 of them in the past, listed at 400, and both buyers took advantage of the 25% off 7. So ended up going for 300. So I wasn't getting any nibbles at 400. So I dropped the price to like 350. And then so somebody reached out to me the other night and said, hey, what's your best on this lot? And I said 300. And they're like, well, I need to be closer to I think they initially said 150. And they're like, well, I need to be closer to 2. And yesterday at like noon, I'm looking at my sales and I'm like, I need a little shot in the arm. This is not going to cut it. So I messaged this buyer back and I'm like, hey, I'll do two. What did I say? 225 shipped, basically 200 plus shipping. And they're like, they stuck to 200. And I'm like, I was going to take 200 anyway. I just didn't, you know how I love negotiating. So I wasn't gonna stick to it. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll do 200. So he sent the offer. I don't know if they did not pay for it. So this is like noon yesterday. They still haven't paid for it. So my numbers are really bad yesterday. Ooh, just brutal. Sales volume yesterday. Let's see what my sales volume was. What was yesterday? The 10th. 410. I mean, and this is something where it's not like 47. I sold 47 cards yesterday. That is well below, a bad day is like 80. A bad day is 80. So 70 bad. If it gets below like 70 cards or 60 cards, like that's like oof. And a lot of these sales were like 99 cents. I've had a lot of 99-cent single sales. Now the caveat, the good thing is they've been to like first-time buyers to my store, and I see like lower feedback, which can be a good thing, can be a bad thing as well. So just some weird stuff. I'm not going to worry about it because I haven't been focused on listing. If I had listed like 1,000 cards last week or this week, and I'm still seeing these type of results, I'd be a little concerned. I'm not concerned because I haven't really, put much effort into the listing process over the last 7 to 10 days. So I've really been focused on getting stuff organized to go on eBay Live, which brings me to that point. So I've got an appointment. I've got a Zoom demo on Monday for eBay Live. So I'm in, and I had like three dates and times to choose from. And I took like the earliest. I'm like, I'm gonna freaking earliest we go. So and I'll just kind of give you an overview of what I'm going to learn. All right, so here it is. Nope, that's the wrong one. Here we go. All right, so let's see. So on Monday is when I do the onboarding demo. So they're going to teach us about resources for sellers, frequently asked questions and policy. So that's very broad. So I don't know what that's going to cover. Creating an event, obviously, that's the meat and potatoes are going to be like the actual dashboard of eBay Live. So creating an event, understanding the live console, and a live demo of the product. So it's going to be about an hour and a half, they say. So I assume the demo is like an hour and probably 30 minutes for questions at the end. Let's see. Please join with you and another member of your team. After the training, we'll turn on access for your account to the live console. So that is potentially as early as Monday, I'll get to really dive into the eBay Live console. And I don't know moving forward. I don't know. I think they just kind of like once you're approved and once you have it loaded, I think you can sell anytime in the future. And I don't know what the timeline is on this, but there's going to be Wednesdays will be eBay Live highlighting sports card singles. And so that's going to launch in the near future. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that'll put a big boost. I think that'll really help my eBay followers and just obviously business in general. So looking forward to that. I was watching ComC last night. So I've been watching a lot of eBay Live. Check it out. It's really easy to find on your app. Sounds like I'm shilling for eBay Live. I am, because I'm going to be on it soon. So I want you to get used to it as well. I'm going to be talking a lot. This is hobby evolution. We're evolving. If you just go into your eBay app, if you hit the home page, hit home at the bottom, right near the top below the search bar, eBay Live, you can click on it. Right now, if you're in the luxury handbag market, you can buy some luxury handbags. They got, looks like a little kid. Oh no, maybe that's a woman. I don't know. We got morning keys and bangers. Looks like that's art, maybe. I don't know what that is. We got Ryan's Card House. Looks like some Pokemon. C2E2 Fire exclusive comics. A lot of comics. Another comics. Coins and currency. No card sales. It looks like Fashion Friday coins. So I'm wondering if Fridays are like the coins and comics. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to eBay Live. Obviously, I will keep you posted on the progress. And in Tuesday morning, I'll have a lot more information on eBay Live and on Tuesday morning. So right now, what I've been focusing on instead of listing is I've been curating for auctions. And again, I plan on, when I launch, I want to do like an entire day. And so kind of, and I've got to, once I get a feel for it, and they're like, yeah, you can go live whenever you want. So once I get that green light, I'm going to have like a day. Obviously, I will promote it and let you know first. And it'll be curated. There's going to be a Jordan auction. There's going to be a basketball auction. There's going to be Cubs auction. What else? There's going to be an autograph auction, a relic auction. What else did I have? There's going to be a prospect auction. So, and basically I'll have like, here's time for this, maybe we go an hour, whatever that time is, take a little break, come back. So I want to do like kind of an all day thing. So once I get more details next week, I'll let you know. Speaking of sales, tomorrow, if you're in the Madison, Wisconsin area, come on out and see me at my storage unit. We're doing a storage unit sale starting at noon tomorrow. Superior Storage right across from Menards, Madison, Wisconsin on the west side. I went over and looked through because I've got my latest Goodwill pallet still looking to be sorted. So I've gone over there a few days this week, just kind of diving in and found some more stuff. No single card as big as the Jerry Rice rookie that I found a couple days ago, but I did find two Kobe rookies. Two Kobe rookies, a Beam Team Hakeem Olajuwon, which $10 to $20 card probably. There's a Rodman insert. There's a Magic Johnson, like Fleer Metal, something that is a pretty big card. Basketball heavy. What else was in there? I found a whole giant stack of Kellogg's 3D Superstars, which I may lot up and put as a buy it now. So found some good stuff. So tomorrow I've got single cards will be 10 cents, all dime boxes. The binders, I've got a whole shelf of binders. Full binders will be $10 each. The more you buy, the more a discount I'll give you. So come on out and see me tomorrow. My storage unit sale in Madison, Wisconsin. What else do we have to clean up? So we will go live tomorrow and Sunday. eBay Live, eBay sales have been in the dumps this week. I think that is about all. It's Friday. We're going to play the Name That Player. Oh, so I took Ernie to the groomer this morning. Did I tell you the story about his previous groomer? So weird thing. If I did, you're going to hear it again. We're taking Ernie today. His new groomer is the groomer we took Biscuit to a lot until there was a tongue incident. Biscuit likes to, give little kisses, and she got snipped. Her tongue got snipped. So, and there was another smaller incident, but everybody goes to this particular groomer. So I'm like, let's just go. And my wife's like, well, the whole tongue thing, I don't want to take him there. But now it's no choice. She called a whole bunch of groomers the other day. None of them answered. So I don't know what the hell's happening in the dog grooming industry. Maybe the tariffs have hit hard. I don't know. But I would rather take Ernie to the place he's at right now than try to get into this other place. And here's why. So his first grooming appointment, I think the first grooming appointment went okay. It took longer than because this place, it's you drop him off at 8. It's oh, he'll be ready at 9:30. I'm like, geez, by the time I get home and make my coffee, he'll be ready to go back and pick him up. That's good. I don't want him there 6 hours, which it was taking several hours at this other place. And so it's this is a little long, but okay. So the second time we took Ernie to the groomer, I go in and there was an issue with an appointment time with another client. And she was the lady was just her customer service was worse than my eBay customer service. Not good at all. And she was being a bitch. I'm like, Jesus, I don't like this. And so drop Ernie off. He had an 11 o'clock appointment. So they're we'll text you when he's ready. So it's 4 o'clock. And my wife texts me and she goes, hey, have you heard anything from the groomer? And I said, no. And she goes, neither have I. She's I'll call. She's I called and no answer. Okay, that's not good. So I go in and this is at 4:30. I dropped him off at 11. It's 4:30. He hasn't even been touched yet. Are you effing kidding me? She's I'm way behind. The guy that was there at the same time dropping off. So there was 3 of us when we dropped him off. The one that had the phantom appointment, apparently, which I think she was lying about, that she just didn't have the time to get this other dog in. Anyway, so the other guy that dropped off, his dog was actually on the table getting groomed. So I'm Jesus, okay. She goes, come back at 5:15. So I come back at 5:15. And what did she say? Or maybe I called. I think I called. Like, he'll be ready at 5:15. I called. No, he's on the table. I'm like, oh my God. So we still haven't heard anything at like 5:45. So I go there and he's on the table getting groomed at 5:45. And so I didn't go in because he would have, flipped his shit. So I just waited in the car until he was off the table and went in. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I didn't want to take him back there, but there's no other places that we can take him. So he goes in for an appointment last like Thursday or whatever day it was. And there's a lady with her dog standing outside the door. And she's like on the phone. So we pull in and go. And by the time I had like parked and like started walking up, this lady had all like walked over to her car. So I'm walking up and she goes, I think they're closed. And I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, the lights are off and the door's locked. I'm like, well, we have an 11 o'clock appointment. She goes, yeah, same. I'm like, oh. So I look inside, like there's like nothing. Like there is no movement anywhere inside this building. And so I call my wife. I'm like, hey, like there's this other lady, like the door's locked, the lights are off, nobody's answering. And she's like, yeah, it took me a long time to get the appointment. So then I start looking at like reviews, like I don't know if it was Google or Yelp. I think it was Yelp had the most like recent reviews of like this is a shit show, absolute shit show. So not going back. That was what the hell place is that called? It's on Junction Road in Madison. If you're around here and take your dog to a groomer, don't go to that one. So Ernie hopefully is having an okay time at the dog grooming appointment. Hey, we're going to play Name That Player Spelling Edition. You've got to spell the names right today. We're going to get to the chat, though, also. I was putting these together. So I want to... Even hockey. So somebody mentioned that it's too easy. So we're going to level up, and we're going to make it a little more difficult today. Let's see. Let's do a baseball. We'll do that. Hockey up front, basketball, baseball, football. So a lot. It's mostly baseball, but a couple football, a couple basketball, a couple hockey. So we'll only do I think last name only. We'll do last name. I think all of these it'll be last name only, and you have to spell correctly. We'll be playing in a few minutes. All right, let's go to the chat. Gem City Card Show is here. He was here really early at 7:32. What's up? What's up? Michael Renicke's in the house. Good morning. Sorry I made you wait so long. Good morning, Philly Joe. Happy free-for-all Friday. Uncle Rich is here. Good morning. David's in the house. Good morning. Uncle Rich says, I hope Ernie is all right. Maybe Big Ern is picking out the Name the Player cards. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Because he does have an appetite for, I think he picked out last week, John Offerdahl and Walter Payton. Hey, he's got good taste for Payton. Max says, good luck today, everyone. Get a head start without me. Uh-oh. Max is headed to Chicago for Collecticon. Uncle Rich says, have a great show. Safe travels. Philly Joe says, enjoy. Are you setting up or just enjoying the show? Philly Joe says, maybe a StreamYard glitch. Title says live shortly after 8 a.m. Central. See, nobody reads. Carlo does vintage. Good morning. Got the Jordan Hawkins auto card. Hey, thank you. Lovely. Thank you for the tip about Corin-42 yesterday. Yes. So I had two people reach out to me after the show. Two people reached out to me after the show saying they are having the same issues with Corin-42 on eBay, Corin-42 on eBay about false returns. He's abusing returns. So I didn't have a chance to report that to eBay, but now that I've got a couple other stories, I'm gonna figure out who to reach. I might just cold call somebody on LinkedIn. Look at fraud department on eBay on LinkedIn to actually get somebody, because you do the customer service chat and it is not going to go anywhere. So I want to get a real real person. Good morning, Donald. What's happening? Philly Joe says, Hobby Evolution, episode 1447, the lost episode. Chris Johnson says, Bo hit the snooze button. No, I was actually up early this morning. I was up early, showered, getting gas, dropping Ernie off at the groomer, making coffee. That dude from Duryea says, what's up? The moving episode was better. Max called Bo to say he could not play today, so Bo decided to cancel. Cody's here. He says, good morning. Probably hunting the storage unit for Name That Player. Yes. Victor, good morning. Max is setting up at Collecticon. No Bo, off to play skill games. Yes. Let's see, where are we at? Tracy's in the house. Good morning. Jody is here. Good morning. Rich sent me a DM. And I did respond. Did I? I think I responded by 8:16 because I think by that time I think I had just gotten home. Maybe not. Oh, no, 8:17 is when I responded. Unicorn Cupcake, where are we at? Who we got winning the Masters? Yes, the Masters this weekend. Jordan Spieth, is he a golfer still? When did it start? Yesterday? I pay no attention to the match. I don't like golf. I don't like playing it. I don't like watching it. It's one of those games that I would like to. Let's see. So after one round, Jay Rose. Geez, only one person is under par. Justin Rose. Scheffler. I'm gonna go with Scotty Scheffler because I've heard of him, and he's right there at the top. Everybody's even. Or wait, has it even started yet? Oh, that's round 2. Oh, total over here. See, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Justin Rose is -8, -8. Scheffler is -4. There you go. Fred, is that Fred Couples? Jeez, he's old. Yeah, he's only 65. I thought he was older than that. Fred Couples up there on the leaderboard. I'm going to guess Scotty Scheffler. Justin Rose right now has a 4-stroke lead. There you go. Bradley says Scheffler. Philly Joe says, make sure spelling is correct or it doesn't count. I've got my Post-it note right here, so I didn't forget. I'm late. Philly Joe says, yeah. Matty Ice in the house. Good morning. Finally, we are here. Rich says, my dog Chewy kept coming in here to wonder. Bradley says, any shows this weekend? Where? Madison, Wisconsin, storage unit sale. Just a bunch of dime boxes. But hey, if you like to dig bargain boxes, come on out. I don't know if there's any other shows this weekend. I think there's a show in Janesville tomorrow. There's another show somewhere. Can't remember where. Cooter, good morning from the dentist chair. That's no good. I was in that chair on Monday. Not a good place to be. Dave Arnold's in the house. You are really screwing up my Friday lesson plans. My bad. Rick says, none in DFW this weekend that I know of. OKC show tomorrow and Sunday. Porter and Son, what's up? Good morning. You shouldn't let your gas gauge get to E, ma'am. Yeah, I love living on the edge. All the way down to 0. Peter's in the house. Happy Friday. TGIF. Sheena's here. Oh, the Minnesota card shows this weekend. If you're in that area. Mark, good morning. He says, anyone know if Cardi the Pro will recognize Disney Marvel Pocahontas from the 90s? Luckily, acquired 140 4-0 boxes, I'm assuming, of this type of non-sports. Jesus. Yeah, he did say 4-0. Wow. I don't think so. I don't think it recognizes some of those off-brand non-sports, but I don't list too many non-sports. When I have, it's not been very, because it's like all over the place. Like, I think it kind of depends. I think Marvel, possibly. I don't know. There's probably people in the chat that can answer better. I have not had, when I've done like Back to the Future and those types of cards, it has not been very good. But again, I'm not listing non-sports really at all. That dude from Duryea says, I've been hearing of eBay messing with the site and sales have been down for some sellers, including myself. There have been a lot of weird glitches. I don't know if this is a ramp up for eBay Live. I don't know what is going on, but I know like the app has had some issues. And yeah, usually that does affect things. Search, I think, was off. There's been a lot of things over the last week that have been really off. Bradley says, good luck with your eBay gig. Thank you. Florida baseball card dude, good morning. Johnny M says, good morning. Wondering if eBay Live will go the way of collects, from greatest thing since sliced bread to this sucks. I don't think so, because I've been on eBay for almost 26 years. And I'm still there. I wouldn't say if I do stop selling eBay Live, which I can't see myself doing that. I honestly think I will, in short order, I will be doing more in revenue live selling than I will on static buy it now sales. And this is what I've been waiting for. I wanted 2025 to be the year of live selling. I was thinking about doing Whatnot, but you know how I am with multiple platforms. Collects is a perfect example. I just don't like multiple platforms, and I was hoping that eBay Live would be an option, and fortunately, that door has opened. So, I think that my eBay Live sales will far outpace my buy it now sales in short order. Porter says, I ended up with 81 cards sold, 93% first time. Wow. So I have not looked at my first time. So 47 on quantity sold. 97.1%. My quantity sold yesterday, 97% were first time buyers. That is, I mean, that's a great thing. I wish I had, you know, I mean, that is a good thing, but it's, wow. Let's go last. Let's just do this month. That's kind of a short, over the last 11 days, 10, 11 days, 90% are first-time buyers, which is a little better than 97%. Typically, let's just look at last year so I can give you actual factual numbers. Last year, so 2024, in 2024, 76.8% were one-time buyers, 23.2% repeat buyers. Now, that kind of skewed because the last thing we looked at was an 11-day period. This is over, 366 days, I think. Last year was a leap year. Let's go this year. So last year was, so in the entirety of 2024, I had 76.8% one-time buyers, 23.2% repeat buyers. This year, get a little bigger sample size. We've got 82.5% one-time buyers, 17.5% repeat buyers. Let's do quarters. So we're gonna have to do custom 0101 2025. This is actually going to be the best comparison. 2025. So first quarter, 17.3% were repeat buyers. 17.3% repeat buyers. That's what and I'm surprised my number was higher than, I'm surprised my number was in the 20s a year ago. So 17.3% in first quarter. And that's kind of where I thought I was going to be. I'm actually really shocked that I was at 23% last year on repeat buyers. So let's look at fourth quarter. So what was that number again? Repeat buyers was 17.3% first quarter 2025. So we need October, to December 31st. Let's see where we're at. Fourth quarter, 84.3% one time, 15.7% repeat buyers. So a little lower on the repeat buyers in the fourth, which is surprising because I really ramped up auctions in fourth quarter. So that's a little lower. So do that with what you will. Do with that what you will. Dan's in the house. What's going on? Unicorn Cupcake says, I think you'll do great. Thank you. Low Roller sold an Ohtani base card for $19 on ComC live auction like whatnot, but the same card, it only sold 99 cents. I got lucky. Ohtani base card sold $19. Dan says, do you know the YouTuber Adam the Woo? He's here in Korea for 3 weeks. Doesn't look like he is responding to any of my comments, advice. I do not know who Adam the Woo is. Who is Adam the Woo? Is he a card guy? I do not know Adam the Woo. Also, I will be changing my name from Korean Cardboard to something Burley related, probably. Interesting. That's going to be weird. That's going to be like when George went to his other name. It's like, who is this guy? Bargain Boxer, what's up? Why do cards sell for way too much on whatnot? Do people not realize what cards are worth? That's kind of what I like about live selling. It's the impulse buys. Yes, Bradley. Too much impulse buys. And says, I'd assume so. Donald says, card show in Macomb, Illinois tomorrow at the 4-H Center. I've done some live remotes at that McDonough County 4-H Fairgrounds, talking to pigs and horses and cows. Please stop by if you're in the area. Macomb. Dan says that too. Low Roller says, I only use whatnot to win free giveaways. And you're not going to get any free giveaways on my eBay Live. No giveaways, no boat races, no booms or let's go. Just old-fashioned, old bow selling cards. Dan, love Adam the Woo. He is buddies with the Philly captain. I don't know who the Philly captain is. Adam the Woo. It's kind of a fun name. Adam the Woo. Adam the Woo. The Daily Woo. Wow, he's got a huge he's got 735,000. South Korea Disneyland knockoff Lot World is awesome. Best dark rides in Magic Island. An unforgettable trip to North Korea border in DMZ. Adam the Woo. So he's not a card guy. He's just a YouTuber. Johnny M says dog groomers nowadays are like doctors not taking on new pay. Apparently, and they're not answering their phones either. I'd be pissed if I had like a dog like, hey, I just want to find out when my dog's going to be ready. Dan says, I've seen Philly captain in a few of his videos. Seems like a fun guy. Tracy says, sounds like I need to start saving up for your live auction. Yeah, baby. First and last name too. Name that player. We'll do last name. I think last name on all of these will suffice. Correct spelling. Entertainment cards, says Dan. These are entertainment. Baseball, football, basketball, even hockey. Unicorn Cupcake says, wait, hockey cards, and we must spell the name correctly. Good grief. Actually, both names are not Russian. They're very easy to spell, in fact. Let's see. Vowels optional. Where are we at? Golf is like fishing. I wish I had the patience for either. Yeah, you know, fishing is something that I can, which is kind of weird because I like to be a little more active than sitting in, and I've never been a fisherman. I've dabbled. I've gone fishing a few times. I have a little bamboo pole that I've put in the water 2 or 3 times last summer, and I will again this year. But it's not something that, you know, it's fun to go down, take a few beers, and just kind of like de-stress from, has my item shipped yet? Messages on eBay. But I'm not going to go out and buy hey, maybe this summer I will go buy another fishing pole, a good fishing pole that gets used twice a year. Kind of like my e-bike. Where we at? Low Roller says he wants help to comp. I think you're pretty good. You know how to use ComC, so I think you could comp. Dan says, record the storage unit show for some more exciting content. That's a good idea. I should take a little bit of video tomorrow at the storage unit. Gem City Card Show says, Macomb, Illinois show this weekend. Does Cardboard Legacy set up in Madison? Doing a show, they are promoting in Oshkosh this month. It is odd because they are offering a VIP package for $50. Yee. I hope they are good promoters because it's Osh. I do not know Cardboard Legacy. I don't think Cardboard Legacy has ever set up. Maybe they have, maybe a one-off at a previous show, but name does not. I mean, I've heard of Cardboard Legacy, but I don't know. $50 VIP package seems a bit excessive. But I don't know. Maybe there's swag that you get with it. I don't know. Bo, are you yelling? Are you yelling at eBay Live Auction to raise your bid? No yelling. I will not be yelling. Mark says it was too good to pass up. Was from an old store and had comics and a ton of supplies as well. Love it. Love it. Dan says, no, Adam the Woo was into filming locations, recording his Disney amusement park visits and random travels through small towns. Oh, I love random travels through small towns. Where are we at? We're going to play Name That Player. Cards sell so high on live bidding due to most people having FOMO. I love it. I love it. You know, some stuff, I got a good deal on a card on eBay Live a couple weeks ago. But a lot of the stuff, I'm like, I would not. But I'm also looking at it from a flipper perspective. I'm not looking at it from, this is for my PC. And some of the stuff, and I did at one of the auctions I was in, I'm like, do you have any Cubs? And they put some Cubs, but it was like not, and they ended up selling for a lot more than I would pay. Like, I think it was a Cade Horton color, like Bowman color, that I'd pay like $2 or $3 for. And it ended up selling for like $8, $9. And I'm like, no, I'm not paying that. Not buying it for that. So yeah, there's been some stuff where it's like, I think this will sell, you know, shitty slabs do not sell well. I was watching two different eBay live streams. One was ComC last night. And what was the slab they had? Was it Siku Dambuya? Now their shipping is also pretty high. Like ComC's is like $6. So I can understand why something might only sell for $3, but both slabs only sold for $3. Basketball. And they're not like, kind of like Shane mentioned in the chat yesterday or a couple days ago, where, you know, it's like only the top in basketball, only the top whatever sell. Siku Dambuya, it's like a PSA 9 rookie, sold for $3 plus the shipping. And then a different auction was PSA 9 of, I don't know who it was, but another like no-name basketball guy, sold for $3. JT or RJ Barrett, maybe. RJ Barrett. Shane says, come on, just one boom. Boom. So yeah. So in watching a lot of these streams, it also gives me an idea of what things sell for. It gives me a better like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't think to sell that. I'm going to put this on a live auction or that on a live auction, or don't buy this for $5 when it sells for $3 type of deals. Let's see. China raised tariffs 125%. Our resident financial expert, low roller scratcher. Dan says, watching another video of a kayaker getting hunted by a shark. It's been following behind him for like 4 minutes. Yeah. Yikes. I FOMO'd this morning and bid about $20 more than I wanted to. Thank goodness I lost. Johnny M says, ComC shipping sucks. $6 plus 50 cents each additional card. Yeah, it's high. It is high. It keeps me from buying the one card I wanted. Yep. And I don't think they're very fast on shipping. So I can't remember what seller it was, but I was really happy. Their live selling was great. I watched a bad one, and I gave this feedback to one of my contacts at eBay when we had our Zoom last week. You know, I said, yeah, I've really been watching a lot of the live streams, and you know, there's a lot, there's good ones. There's been a bad one. And he just laughed, and they know. They know. But for the most part, I've enjoyed it, and watching it, learning. It's been a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, eBay Live on Monday, I do my training session, and I'll have a lot more information Tuesday morning for you. ComC follows eBay shipping rules, so that is very fast. A lot of the feedback on ComC is slow shipping. Porter says you should definitely do some ironic kablamo or swing. Gem City says, am I the only one that is repulsed by Big Justice, the Rizzler, boom, blah, 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 in double chocolate chunk cookies or the chicken bakes? I am also repulsed, but for whatever reason, it sucks me in and I watch. It's a bit slower if you buy from the site. Interesting. Because I have some people, I don't know so this is not from personal experience. This is from like people in one of my group chats that have complained about never buying on. They actually say buy off ComC. I mean, you're going to save a little bit of money, but they say the shipping is better from the site as opposed to, which doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Again, this is secondhand information, so it's a game of telephone. It's not same day shipping, but it's within the eBay requirements. Trust me on that. And it could be just people bitching about it's probably a USPS issue. All right, let's play Name That Player. We've got a new leaderboard and we've got new rules for this round. So new round begins this morning, and you've got to correct. So we're not taking typos and we're not taking nicknames. So no typos, no nicknames. Shane also complained that it's been too easy lately. So we stepped it up. It's a little more, there's some easy ones in here. But it's a little more difficult. And we got hockey in here. All right, so we've got to create a new leaderboard. Boom. There we go. All right, last couple chats. Let me get my YouTube up on my phone. Live. All right. Hit the like button while you're here. There we go. All right, live chat. All right, so live chat is up on the YouTube. We've got everything set up. Unicorn Cupcake says, Dean's Cards emailed me to ask why I left cards in my cart. I told them I wanted a bigger discount than normal. They declined. I told them what if I drive there and pay cash? They denied me again. Wow. Rich says, I'm giving you more firsthand information and no Max today. Max ain't here to play. Get your points in. So Mike Renicky is here. Michael Renicky, no points for that. Poor spelling. I expect him to blow away the field today. Dave Arnold is here. I know Dave's going to be really good on a couple of these, I think. Unicorn says 0 chance. I know spell too good. All right, spelling. Last name only. Last name only. Last name only, and you've got to correctly spell it. We're not accepting typos. Who's this New York Yankee? Who is this New York? You don't have to cap. Lowercase will count. It is Thurman Munson, and remember, it was last name only. So Thurman is not an acceptable answer. It is Munson. Thurman Munson. All right. So Shane with the point. Michael Renicky does not know how to follow instructions. Where are we at? All right. Shane with the point. All right. Tom Coleman says Renicky couldn't blow his nose. Got fired. Michael Renicky says, I got Munson. Who got that reference? I did not get that. Oh, Kingpin. Is that a Kingpin reference? All right. Next up, again, last name only and correct spelling. Last name, correct spelling. Who knows their 86 Tops football? Spam likely knows his 86 Tops football. Let's see. I believe Spam likely was first. Shane was second. Scotty Dubs was third. Spam likely with an early point this round. All right, next up, hockey. I know Shane knows his hockey. Does anybody else? And again, this is not a difficult one to spell. So there's Michael Renicky says these are gimmies. It's going to get a little, there's a couple more. Actually, the first half of these are fairly easy. This one's tough, but I don't have to cover it up. Unless you're a big hockey fan from the early 90s, you probably know it. Again, last name only, correct spelling. And it's pretty easy to spell, but it's not any of the Halls. It's Adam Oates. Adam Oates, Shane, the hockey guy. Shane played hockey back in the day. Now he's too old. Shane with the point. He's got 2. All right, next up. Oh, this is our first tricky spelling. This is our first tricky spelling. All right, and it's baseball. It's pretty easy. This is an easy one, but you've just got to figure out how to spell the name. All right, last name only. I'm going to have to look at it, look at the back just for reference so I can grade the spelling. Unicorn Cupcake says the game relies too much on dexterity and internet connection speed. All right. Pedroia is correct. It is Dustin Pedroia. So it's an easy one, but I see some misspellings. All right. Let's see. We got to grade the spelling. I'm going to go over here. Pedroia is correct. Let's see. Max is here. Pedro is. Michael Renicky did not spell it correctly. I think Shane spelled it correctly. Pedroia. Shane was first, Peter was second, and Scotty Dubs was third on the correct spelling. All right, there you go. That's how you spell Pedroia. Actually, I like this with correct spelling. This is a lot more fun. All right, last name only, correct spelling. Basketball, 80s basketball. This is I like this rule. This is a fun rule. All right, next up, basketball. 87 Fleer basketball. I think I was just talking about this set with Zach. All right, 87 basketball, Portland Trailblazers. We got a correct answer. Jerome Kersey. Yeah. And I think, who was first? Michael Renicky with the point. And he correctly spelled it. Congrats, Michael Renicky. All right, next up, baseball. Baseball. Yeah, we're also seeing where autocorrect is coming in. Kersey to Jersey is John and Porter said. All right, baseball manager. Last name only, correct spelling. These are actually pretty easy. For spelling purposes, these have been pretty easy. Not Tom Treblehorn. Zepchinski. It is Jerry Manuel. We've got several correct answers. 2002 Tops, Jerry Manuel. First one was Dan, Korean Cardboard with the point. Knows his White Sox. There we go. All right, next up. Oh, back to this is the last hockey card. This is a little trickier. The spelling is easy. Spelling is easy. Easier than Adam Oates was. But it's a little trickier unless you know your hockey, especially your early 90s hockey. Los Angeles Kings. Dan says it's about fucking time. It's not Ron Hextall. It is Tony Granato. I didn't even have to give the hint. Michael Renicky. I bet Max would have known. Max guessing Luke Robitaille. No, Tony Granato. Wisconsin Badger former hockey coach, I believe. I don't think he's the coach anymore. Tony Granato. Lives, I think he lives in Wanakee. Or did. I think he moved. Or maybe he still lives there. Tony Granato. Who got it first? I think Shane. Shane got it first. Shane was first. Minneapolis Kid was second. Michael Renicky third. SoCal Guy fourth. Let's see. All right. Next up. Max says he couldn't see the card, but he guessed Robitaille. I smell bullshit, Max. My bullshit meter is perking. I couldn't see the card. All right. Next up, basketball. Another late 80s basketball card. All right. Basketball. Seattle Supersonics. 87 Fleer. 87 Fleer. Tom says he's 7 seconds behind. Any way of refreshing? Yeah, hit the refresh button. Hit the refresh button. That's a good way to refresh. All right, where are we at? I think Michael Renicky was first. Dale Ellis is correct. Michael Renicky was first. Minneapolis Kid was second. Max was third. Who did Michael Renicky. All right. Michael Renicky moves into second place. Next, we've got baseball. This one's pretty easy. Not super easy, but easy. Last name only, correct spelling. All right. Next up. Last name only, correct spelling. It is Ramirez. Hanley Ramirez. I think Shane and Michael Renicky were on top of it. Michael. Oh, no. Shane was first. Michael Renicky was second. Hanley Ramirez. Shane. Big lead for Shane. 5 points. All right. Next up. Football. Have we done football? Oh, yeah, we did Tony Dorsett. Was Tony Dorsett the only football? I think so. I thought I had more football. The last three are baseball. Another 86 tops. New Orleans Saints. Ricky Jackson. Wow. Y'all know your football. I've got Minneapolis Kid first, Michael Renicky second, Shane third. Minneapolis Kid coming in. What did I tell you last week? Minneapolis Kid. He shows up in the first round and then he disappears. We don't see him until a new round begins. Minneapolis Kid. All right, next up, next three are baseball. All right, let's see. And the baseball, I would say they're not difficult. Not easy, not difficult. Not easy, not difficult. All right. The last two are going to be 70s cards, by the way. Not easy, not difficult. Again, correct spelling. Kind of important on this one because this one is a little trickier on the spelling. Last name spelling. Last name only. Spelling counts. It is not Andy Pettit, but Shane. Correctly spelled John Wetland. John Wetland. Wow, Shane. All right. Shane with 6. All right, next two. We got 70s baseball. Next is Hostess. Yeah, isn't Wetland, didn't he do something really bad? All right, next up. Shane kicking ass, taking names, and spelling them correctly. All right, here's another one. This is probably Wetland was acquitted for whatever he was accused of. He was acquitted. All right, so this might be the toughest. I guess it depends. Again, not difficult, not super difficult, not easy. Last name only. Spelling counts. This is a trickier one. A trickier one. Who knows their hostess? Where's Dave Arnold? He's probably teaching chemistry and not paying attention to name that player. Because I bet Dave Arnold knows this one. Sorry, I'm on out. All right. Last name only. Correct spelling. I just want to double check. Sometimes. All right. It is Bert Hooton. It is Bert Hooton. Hooton. Sometimes these were misspelled. I think there were a couple misspellings on the hostess, so I just wanted to make sure. And I think Bert Hooton's last name has been misspelled on cards. Who was first to correctly spell Bert Hooton? Hooton. I think it was Michael Renicky. Michael Renicky was first. Dave Arnold was second. Michael Renicky builds his second place standing. 6-3 at the top. Final card. Another former Cub. Another former Cub from the 70s. 75 hostess card was Bert Hooton's. That's probably what I was thinking of in the back of my mind. It's like, oh, is this the misspelled version? Last card, also a former Cub. Chris Spire is correct. Chris Spire. It is not Dave Kingman. SoCal guy with the point. SoCal guy was first. Uncle Rich was second. Michael Renicky third. Shane fourth. Scott Hermanson fifth. Just got to make sure the spelling was correct. Spire, another trickier one. Spire. Michael Renicky. Renicky, right? Renicky. No, SoCal guy. SoCal guy was the first. Up here. E-I-E-R. SoCal guy with the point. All right. Little diverse action this week. SoCal guy. 1967. All right. Here's your standings. First round of a new game with correct spelling counts. Shane in first with 6. Michael Renicky with 3. Spam Likely. Dan, Korean Cardboard. Minneapolis Kid. SoCal Guy 1967. All with 1 point apiece. All right. That was fun. I like mixing it up. Correct spelling. It matters. Yeah, terrible pick. There's a lot of 70s cards that had terrible picks. Max is going to go make money. Rich says, see Dave Arnold, I was ahead It was 2 ahead of SoCal on my screen, but not on the official YouTube screen. And yes, you will always be first on your screen. Shane says, I started using my computer instead of my phone. There you go. Unicorn Cupcake says, this presidency has really gone to Bo's head with all these new demands. That's right. With an iron fist. All right, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit up my eBay store. Help me recover from yesterday's terrible sales day. 99centcards.com. Tom, what are you doing tomorrow? Come on out to my storage unit. Starting at noon, I'll be out there. Superior Storage. Dime Box Bonanza. What else is going on? So yeah, 99centcards.com. I will go live tomorrow morning before my sale. And then Sunday morning we'll go live and I'll tell you how the sale went. Tom's going to bring beer. Hey, I'm down for that. I don't really have any expectations tomorrow. I hope to make a few bucks, but I'm not. It's not like card show. It's not like when I go to a card show, I know what to expect. I know certain amount of people are going to be in the room. Certain amount of people are going to spend money, spend time at my table. So I kind of have an idea of where I would like to be. Tomorrow, I have no idea. Like who's going to come out to a storage unit for look through baseball cards? I don't know. Football cards, basketball cards. So we'll see. So I have no expectations. I'm just going to spend the afternoon. It also gives me a chance to dig through some of the Goodwill boxes. So I'll be able to sort. So I'll be adding inventory from the Goodwill palette, and I'll probably be adding cards that normally I wouldn't put in the storage unit just because I don't want to take it home or whatever. So, all right. Like and subscribe. Hit up my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Have a great weekend. I'll be back tomorrow morning for Hobby Evolution. See you then.